What's up, all y'all trickly bastards, and welcome back to It's 1700 Somewhere. As always, I'm Athen.
And I'm Cameron. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Good to have you back on this lovely Sunday afternoon. Hope everybody's doing all right today.
What's up, all y'all trickly
We'll
bastards?
give everybody a second to come on in and join us real quick. Hi, Dean got in quick. Hi, Dean.
Dean was her. He was on it.
Dean's been waiting for us. Like, where are these assholes?
Where are them assholes? You're late. You're late. It's a very important date.
Oh, Jesus Christ. See what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. See what I have to deal with.
That's what he working with. Whoop.
Well,
could be worse, I suppose.
Could be. Well, again, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. To start us off, we're going to start off with some veteran stories.
I was going to hit up the people watching real quick. We got Ross Golden watching, Kateri Severi joined. She's from FemVets on VRS, and Mickey Severson joined as well. Sorry about that.
You're good. All right, to start us off, do you want a dog? Well, now you can get one. You can adopt a retired U.S. Air Force working dog. Dogs are usually between 10 and 12 years old when they retire, and the Air Force can't find forever homes for these people or for these dogs. The puppies that are rejected are adopted almost immediately, but the older dogs are more challenging. The breeds are normally German Shepherds, Labrador Retrievers, and Belgian Malinois. All the dogs are put through an adoption and a behavior test prior to being adopted to ensure that they are safe in order for you to adopt them, and you must be screened and should not have any children under the age of 5 in your home. You should be willing to visit San Antonio, Texas as well in order to retrieve your dog. Former handlers and law enforcement get priority to the dogs, but there is still more than enough for you to choose from. So if you are interested in helping out our four-legged furry vets, this is an opportunity for you.
So did it say there shouldn't be any children under the age of 5 in the household?
Yes, it did.
Well, I mean, I can understand why. They're military working dogs.
You're adopting a military working dog. So, I mean, you're still getting a furry little vet. So, I mean, it's been trained to do specific tasks. So you have to think of, well, humans can have PTSD. Well, what's going to stop an animal from having PTSD? What's going to stop it from, having a little spaz attack now and again? But, they did serve our country and they did serve their purpose. So why not actually take care of them? They're having problems finding homes from regardless. So this might be an opportunity to reach out and help something from a different
it's because they're a 10 or 11-year-old Malinois. They're not going to be around that much longer.
No.
So it's like, and people don't generally want to take and get attached to a dog that's only going to be around for a couple of more years, most likely. So,
yeah.
Especially if they're a military working dog, which means they've had a
high stress, high risks, a lot of damage to the body.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that, but they still deserve some respect.
They do. So, we'll
so
go
if
ahead.
You look, that link will be in our stream posted below. So if you're interested in looking at one, you can always come down to Houston and visit me as well, and we can bullshit around and talk about shows and whatnot. If you come to Texas to get your furry little friend,
Cameron really just wants you to come visit him. That's
come cuddle me.
Come coddle him.
So,
Control V.
Continuing on, the National Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum is set to be built in Arlington, Texas, with almost 70 recipients in the area and almost 1.8 million veterans and active duty living in Texas. The president and CEO said that the Arlington was the optimal location to build the museum. Over 3,500 military members have received the Medal of Honor since it was presented in 1863. The museum is said to offer an experience that draws personal and emotional connections to recipients and their inspiring stories. The foundation is also working with Texas congressional delegate to place a monument in the nation's capital as well. The museum was originally supposed to be built in its current location in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, but Arlington officials made one last pitch to incorporate the museum in the entertainment district. The museum is set to open in 2024.
Okay, which story was this about? What museum?
The Medal of Honor Museum.
Sorry, I was doing other things also at the same time.
I got it. I got it.
All right, you got it.
I had to find some more stories. I don't think I put those in Discord for you.
Doesn't look like you put that one in Discord.
Well, I'm sorry. I think our next one as well.
All right.
So in 2024, you have another excuse to come down and visit Texas. Because Texas.
Yes, cause Texas.
Because Texas. So there's now a nationwide Veterans Affairs smoking ban. A 44-year-old Marine veteran fought unsuccessfully against a ban that went into effect this month. The nationwide ban prohibits smoking outside all VA medical facilities. Jeff Holland says, I get the aspect that it's a hospital, and for all practical purposes, you shouldn't be smoking inside the VA. But as far as outside, I think they should still have a smoking area. I mean, you got guys from World War I and World War II where this is all they have known for 40 or 50 years. To kind of take that right away, it's kind of a shame. Smoking has already been banned inside VA medical buildings, but now people can't smoke anywhere on the facility grounds. Kevin Forrest, Associate Director of the Manchester VA, which helps 27,000 vets, states that it is far safer environment, reduces fire risk, and that secondhand smoke is certainly a risk for the veterans. John Diamo, who is co-chairing the ban, says violators will initially be warned and eventually the VA police will enforce it. He continues with saying that it is a major cultural change and that it has been used often for camaraderie. Even some veterans who don't smoke argue that there should be some area at the VA facilities for people to smoke.
I'll have to agree with that. Like I can get and I understand the smoking inside thing, but setting up like a smoking deck somewhere around there, you know, that I mean, but you see it at a lot of hospitals too. There's a lot of hospitals and medical facilities where tobacco period is banned on the campus. So
Yes, but they bring up the point. I didn't start smoking until I was in the military. A lot of people in the military pick up some form of habit, nicotine, alcohol, whatever, you name it.
all of the above.
Yeah. So taking it away entirely, I don't think is beneficial. I think they should set up some kind of a smoke pit. I know on the Georgia base, the Groton, Connecticut base, and I think I think we had one when I was in boot camp for the instructors. They had smoke pits spread out. Some of them are kind of hidden, but they're an area you can go, light up, smoke your cigarette, and continue on about your day. So there should be some kind of facility for you to go and smoke your cigarette, because I mean that's where you learn a lot of things. That's where you tell the most stories, especially being in a hospital. You're under constant surveillance. You're constantly having some kind of a nurse or a doctor come and poke and prod you or annoy you. So going out to the smoke pit, you can talk with the other veterans or people there and shoot the shit.
Mm-hmm. Ross Golden said hookers and cocaine still okay.
Oh Jesus.
And Dean Cerny said cocaine if your name is Biden.
I'm pretty sure cocaine's still illegal, but I mean, if they can't prove it's a hooker, Ross, just say it's a visiting friend, and you might be able to get away with it.
They can't prove she's a hooker if she's dead.
Oh God. Yeah, but now they're going to investigate as to why she's dead.
Yeah, right.
We're not telling you to murder anybody, Ross. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. But in the article, they did bring up a lot that secondhand smoke has been a problem. There was one veteran who was talking about his lung cancer and how the ban is beneficial. You pick and choose your battles if they're choosing to smoke cigarettes. I mean, y'all see me smoke my e-cigarette on here all the time. It's been proven they're still better than cigarettes. They're still not healthy for you, but if they're not willing to give it up, who are you to tell them no, 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 no? I mean, all I see is going to become of this is they're going to get in their cars, drive off the lot, smoke in their car, and then drive back into their parking spot and continue on. They expect a lot of lashback, but they are expecting people to come to terms with it. I don't think they understand the stubbornness of
I'll be right back. Just
veterans.
1 minute.
So, continuing right along, since Athens seems to be distracted. In Sarasota, Florida, over 2,000 people gathered for 80-year-old Army veteran Edward Pearson. His obituary went viral, stating he has no immediate family and all are welcome to attend the funeral. News spread at an open air pavilion and in veterans forums as well as social media. CNN host Jake Tapper and U.S. Senator Marco Rubio also tweeted about the event. Patty Thrasher, a customer service representative for the Collier County Tax Collector's Office, says, I think he would have just totally been in tears. He's looking down and probably crying his heart out. Which, with that, in the story as well, the veteran actually got scammed. He was sold a home, and come to find out, the person that sold the home didn't actually own the home. So when Patty Thrasher found out what was going on with that, she fought. She helped Edward actually possess the home itself. The home had been damaged by a storm, so he was trying to get the roof repaired. So she helped to push, get his home repaired, get him the actual possession. No, Justin, he did not move. He actually got possession of the home and everything. He had been living there for, I believe it was 25 years at this point in time. And so she was a very large part of his life, having helped out for years trying to fight in order to maintain his property. And she thought it was just absolutely baffling that somebody would rip off a veteran in this manner and sell him a home that they don't actually have the rights to sell. But the funeral was absolutely beautiful. They had motorcyclists arriving. They had women carrying flowers. There were men carrying flags. There were veterans that were, they described it as being supported using canes as well as having dogs to support them. They had an honor guard folding the American flag at the open funeral service for Edward. And I mean, it was nice to see this community come together this quickly. You know, for a random stranger, several veterans were quoted as saying, I may not know him, but he's still my brother. Yeah, David, that is a very nice couch we get to look at. I wonder where my host ran off to. Man, I didn't notice. I got a lot of Texas stories for y'all today. 79 were arrested. 6 women, including a 16-year-old girl, were identified after a 2-week sting in Kingwood, Texas area, which unfortunately for me is where I used to live. 79 people were arrested in the multi-agency crackdown called Operation Labor. Houston police say there were the first week was solely spent on identifying victims. Houston Police Department Sergeant John Wall says they've been brainwashed, they've been threatened, and they've been physically abused. The second week, the undercover officers lured men attempting to buy sex, also known as Johns. 37 men were charged with prostitution. 8 were also charged with the crime of trying to acquire drugs. Investigators say they had also found a 2-year-old child that was recovered from a vehicle. Yep. Forgot to get that one. They actually put the list of everybody on that had been arrested on this article. Let me get that posted for y'all. So if you want to check out the list, if you want to see who was all involved, everything is right there. Yeah, he's probably getting his snacks again because he had them on the couch last time. If you weren't here for that, ladies and gentlemen, Athen did have a huge pile of snacks hiding in the background. So, yes, moving right along, David. Apparently, David, I need you to come be my co-host for incidences like this because this is kind of embarrassing. I wonder what happened to my video. That's not promising.
Hello? Hey, what's up? Okay, send me a call. All right, we're back.
Okay. For some reason, my camera's not showing up on the stream, so whatever. All of my notes are gone, so I'm basically gonna wing the rest of the show, guys. So, sorry about the technical difficulties. Man pulls a knife and rope on a real estate agent in an open house. Real estate agent Dawn Hetzler was setting up for an open house when a man arrived at the property. Initially, she didn't think much of this, as to thinking it was a potential buyer asking the right questions and talking about the loans. The man then headed upstairs, and then things got a little frisky. The man arrived at the house about 11:30, and then went upstairs and pulled a knife and knife and a rope and bear spray. He said, "This is bear spray," told the woman to take off her ring and get in the closet. At this point in time, Hetzler says she began to fear for her life. Hetzler has a concealed carry permit and her gun at the Hopeless house. She drew her firearm, preparing to defend herself. And then Chrisman, the intruder, responded by spraying her with the bear spray. She claimed she could not see, her eyes and skin were on fire, so she fired. The intruder at that point had quickly fled the home. So that shows that you want to stop somebody from doing a bad thing, you have to be willing to do something that will put that bad guy down. And yet they keep wanting to take our rights to own guns.
Yeah.
She said, give me a ring. So the real estate agent took the effective actions and protected her life with our Second Amendment rights. Y'all are still betting on the casting couch.
Still betting on the casting couch.
They're still bidding on the casting couch. Moving along. So this story was not to bash AOC. I'm not getting any kind of political on this. I'm not going to try and get political on this at all. But it's absolutely hilarious. Ocasio-Cortez was doing one of her Green New Deal speeches talking about climate control and everything like this when a woman stood up and stole the show. This woman claims we only have a few months left. It's time to start eating babies. And she says earlier in it, we're not going to be here for much longer because of the climate crisis. According to a Swedish professor, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. We got to start eating the babies. Now, look, cannibalism might solve world hunger and overpopulation at the same time, but I'm not saying it's a good idea that we should just enforce.
Hold on, just a minute, I'll be right back.
Literally in the middle of her, and Ocasio-Cortez didn't try and interrupt her, didn't try and say she's wrong. She gave the woman the floor, let the woman say her piece and everything before. And you should. Oh, I'm gonna fucking shoot Athen. Oh, I'm gonna shoot Athen.
That's how the sheriff's dress here.
Athen, shut up.
What's up? Sorry, J-Dub from BB Nation just showed up.
So,
we can scoot over
I
this
don't
way.
know what kind of fruit punch this woman decided to get into, but she's clearly not drinking from the right punch bowl.
You don't hear nothing.
I'll have to move my camera a little bit.
Oh, you're good, dude. Angle's good.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you.
I need to change some settings real quick too.
Oh God, I need a fucking beer.
Carol, what's up, homie?
He's bad.
Oh, Athens driving me nuts.
I can't hear what the fuck you saying.
He said, "Oh, Athens driving me nuts." Here, let me see if I can get that changed real quick.
I crashed. He's trying to deal with you, and I'm trying to get back into the call to continue the show. We dropped half our viewers, and he's been talking the whole time, and I can hear everything he's saying.
Sorry, Cameron. Okay, there we go.
Hey, what's up?
So hopefully we're not echoing.
I need a beer. I need a beer.
You need a beer?
I need a beer.
I hear you. I need whiskey.
Oh, God, I wish I had some whiskey at this point in time. Adam was talking to me about adding a little bit of mayhem into the show, a little bit of
Surprise, motherfuckers!
liven it up, and I think we got all of that right now. Like, in the past 5 minutes, we covered everything.
Just saying.
James, I 100% agree with you. I wish it was CBD.
I the Athens snacks. According to Dean Cerny.
You see Athens?
Do I hear somebody sucking on a robo-dick?
That would be Cameron.
Yes, you do.
Oh, man.
He's driving me nuts today. Yeah,
Gotcha.
gas price just dropped, ladies and gentlemen. It's shaved up, showed up. Price has gone back down to $30. It's no longer $45.50.
Hey, Microsoft just dropped 3 points, man. Just saying.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. It's back to $5.
Right?
That couch isn't going for a lot of money.
Nope.
I think you're cursing it, man.
Hey, you know what? You do what you gotta do. It's like, why would it drop? The entertainment actually showed up. I mean, aside from Cameron. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, they even mentioned that in the roast that I was the one that brightened up the show.
Yeah, I do believe I mentioned something about that. Just throw it out there.
Yeah. Don't put
I did.
nothing on a grill and left him overnight.
I did horribly on the roast, but I'm not good at talking shit. So it's like y'all threw me up first, and I was like,
No,
oh.
You set yourself up because you did, like, no prep whatsoever.
Well, I wasn't planning on being there.
You really had no prep at all.
I showed up,
I don't know what we were expecting when he got on the
Well,
show.
and then
It just kind of got a little chaotic.
I wasn't expecting to be the first person up. So I was expecting, to be able to kind of just roll off of what some other people said. But then I was the first one up, and I was like, oh shit.
Well, there went all the fucking material.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Ethan, apparently they can't hear me anymore.
Apparently they can't hear you anymore.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's still going through the right speakers for me.
see, we hear you just fine, but gotta love these. Gotta love technology.
Yeah.
So, no, just was in town, had lunch with a buddy of mine and the Dapper Sapper and his old lady from being out for morning hunt today because we're just outside of town here, deer hunting this weekend. I was like, you know what? Everyone else is taking off to go run errands and shit. Yeah, screw it. I'll run down. I was like, oh hey, look, it's 2 o'clock our time. Athens should be on air. Sure as shit. It's like yes,
Yeah.
I'll go.
You definitely showed up at the right time.
That was the point. Crashing the party. I was like, hey, if he's on air, we're gonna take advantage of this. I will say though, it has not been that fruitful of a weekend. What are you doing?
Taking a picture of you to send to Des.
There we go.
Can they hear me now?
I don't know. Let's see. Can you hear Cameron now, guys?
Hello, audio.
Testes, 1, 2, 3. If you've got 3, you've got a spare.
Says very faint here.
Ha! Hey, guess what? You guys did get a sale there, Athen.
Hmm?
$61 on the couch. Get
$61 on the
Thank
couch.
You, Mickey.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. This couch is getting more action than the show.
Is this the couch that I'm on right now? This couch?
When you dipped out and you fucked up, they started bidding on
Oh.
your couch because I had crashed. When I came back, they were
Can y'all
like,
hear him now?
$128 for the couch.
I can hear Jada better than Athen.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Lord Almighty, please forgive me
Okay.
for the
hey,
sins I'm going to commit.
They can hear you now, Cameron,
Yeah, really, they can hear you now, buddy.
which is weird. I don't understand
So-
why.
Oh man, just roll with it. Just roll with it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep, you're gonna roll with it because you've screwed up enough today. J-Dub, frog him for me.
Why do you think for the longest time we call this technical difficulty somewhere instead of 1700 somewhere?
Let's
No,
see.
I don't blame you. I can cover this. She's supposed to be the tech guy. I'm supposed to be doing the shows, but my tech guy is failing me. I feel like I need to get the redneck tech guy out here.
High tech
You know
redneck.
what? That's the perk of living close by to your producer because then he can go ahead and run all the tech and you get together in the same place and it eliminates a lot of the headache.
Yeah, well, he's up there and I'm down here.
Well,
True story.
tech shit always changes. What the? Now your camera's going away. The tech shit changes all the time. Like there ain't no reason why we shouldn't be able to hear when I switch it over to audio like I had it.
You know what you need? You need a soundboard.
I do need one.
You need a mixer board.
Well, we have one, but it's a shitty one. I need to get a better one.
Oh
So we're working towards all that. Once we get a little bit more money, we'll get one. So, but everyone should be able to hear us and all that stuff now.
man. Should.
Operative
Should.
phrase. Operative phrase.
Should.
And these headphones are loud enough. $5 for Athens drink. This one?
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
now they're betting on your drink. I feel like I need to go get a beer right now.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, you two talk. Y'all are gonna see me in my underwear if my camera's low enough. I'm getting alcohol.
Boy, that's a hell of a name, isn't it? Mary Jane Kelly.
Mary Jane Kelly.
Very nice. I like your play on words. I dig your style, girl. Just saying. So, no, it hasn't been that fruitful of a weekend.
No.
Not so far this season. So, John, he got a shot last Sunday. Yes, last Sunday evening up there in the grasslands, just out of town here, and yeah, poor guy. He bombed it bad. He's got one of those high-speed freaking Vortex tactical scopes for long-range precision shooting. He had his windage turret set like clear to 7.
Oh, damn.
He shot
Christ.
at an animal that was 30 yards away. The round wound up going like 7 to 10 inches in front of the deer.
Damn.
I can't say a whole lot because yesterday morning we're up in the Oshkosh Mountains and I took a shot at a nice 3-point, but it was about a 300-yard shot, almost straight uphill. And I wound up skimming its freaking chest and off into the brush. Well, I was like, God damn it!
I feel better now.
Someone see my
I just got a new scope myself. No, they saw my ass crack. I told them.
Was showing earlier.
Yeah?
You're all hunched over. I was like, I even kind of cringed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh Jesus!
Nice.
Looking at that brown-eyed snake.
Hey,
Quality programming.
well, once
Yeah.
seen can never be unseen. I'm just throwing.
There's
it
a
out.
parental advisory, explicit content on this show for a reason, ladies and gentlemen.
Should put the little beep
And I
on
use that
the-
term loosely.
I tell you what, man, you can show, you can curse all you want and everything else on Facebook, but the second an ass crack or a titty comes out, and, oh my God,
Oh, yeah, they.
fucking done.
Mickey Severson's laughing.
Yes, Dean, this is our new shirt.
Yes, our new shirts.
Oh, nice! I didn't even notice that.
Cameron had them made.
Nice. I dig it, dude. I dig it.
So
good. I'll have to
they,
get
they
one of
did
those.
come in just in time for the show to be a chaotic mess.
Right?
Like we changed everything. I've got a new backdrop. Athen got situated better. We've got a new viewing screen for y'all to look at. It's not all that chaotic crap. And we get into the show and all hell just broke loose.
That's
J-Dub
right.
shows
Gotta
up,
rock
it's
that
like, oh,
grenade for a
God.
little bit. Gotta rock that
Cameron.
T5. So that's what I got going on over here.
I wasn't able to get any Con 5 stuff while they were saying.
Oh! I think somebody somewhere might be able to hook you up with, one or two shirts. I'm just saying. Like somebody's got like half their wardrobe that's T5. I mean, I don't know who, but
Do they have gorilla sized?
well, Hey, as a matter of fact, that would be the size that they're in.
You know, I wasn't made like these younger kids. I was made to look like an actual man.
Right?
I need to hit the gym a little bit more.
No, I got that winter dad bod going on over here, so.
You're telling me.
There's ass cracks and casting couches everywhere. It's absolutely bedlam.
Hey, the show's called It's 1700 somewhere. Y'all have to expect this kind of crap now and again. Like, if you come here thinking it's just going to be shows and topics the whole time, like, I've got news for you. Have you seen my tech guy?
I'm not that bad.
Screw it, me and J-Dub are doing the roast of Athens today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to It's 1700. I'm your host, Cameron, and today we're roasting the hell out of Athens.
Well, you know, last year he did lose the fantasy football league, so he was supposed to be next in the shoot for the roast.
Nobody ever.
After we did, but nobody put it together.
Yeah.
But the second that Bulldog and Junior get ready to go off air for T5, everybody's on board for doing that one. That one got set up fucking quick, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Dean, yeah, as soon as I get some new, as soon as I get
No.
a vendor.
Dean, my rifle is not for sale. You can stop bidding right now.
You're right. Yeah,
That's a
Dean's
Ruger
turning
Precision
heads.
rifle in 338 Lapu. That bitch cost me $1,900.
Damn. You
Dude,
built it
it's a-
yourself, or did you buy it?
Ugh. Bought it.
Bought it? Oh, gotcha. I just started my build, so I finally.
I've got my AR already. I just got a new scope for it yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just started my personal build here this week. Got my went ahead and picked up got the bear part first, which was the lower, so that's already done and taken care of. Went with the Aero Precision M4E1 Freedom Edition. So, because it's got like a 4-digit serial number, and then the last half of the serial number is July 4.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
The store right here in town, it's like right at the just as you're coming down down the hill.
Yeah.
It's called Prepper Up. They have some really nice rifles in there. So it's like we went in there, we're checking it out. And they actually also you can get ballistic plate AR-500.
Damn. Mickey just offered you 1901.
1901.
1,901. I don't see a decimal in there anywhere.
No.
So $1 more than what you
Oh,
paid for it.
2,000. I was like, wait, this is.
It's my rifle. I can bet on it all day long because I'm just gonna pay myself.
Awesome.
But yeah,
If he offers $10,001, he can buy it.
Waiting
Cause I'll go buy me a new one.
and then some.
Yeah, I'll go get me that rifle and a Barrett 50 cal. Mickey
is.
sold.
10,001.
Mickey sold. Yep, that's a comma. Come and get it.
Yep, there it is.
I can go get that rifle and my fucking Barrett.
Right.
Cheers,
Barrett
Mickey.
with 10,000?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Barretts are that cheap now?
Barretts are anywhere from 3,000 to about 12,000.
Oh, okay. 'Cause-
Depends on the model that you're looking at.
got it.
Yep,
'Cause
For a
I-
bare bones Barrett, yeah, it's about that's about
8,500.
Yeah.
For if you want the semi-automatic one with the magazine, 3,000 you can get a single shot, just basic bolt action, and that's it.
Yep.
But who wants to get a Barrett 50 cal and a single shot
No.
bolt action? Yeah, like if I'm getting a Barrett 50 cal, I'm getting the one that I can
I'm getting a
go full
107, dude.
retard with.
I'm getting a Barrett 107 if I'm getting a Barrett, dude.
the one you can just dump all kinds of rounds down real quick.
You don't even have to dump all kinds of rounds out real quick. It's just that freaking bolt takes out a lot of the fucking recoil out of that bitch.
True.
So speaking of which, yeah, I just bought a VD6 fucking Epsilon compensator for my 300 Win Mag.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that thing took out so much recoil and muzzle rise when you go to fire it. Oh my god, dude, It's like it hits more like a 308. It feels more like you're shooting 308 now than a 300 Win Mag.
Nice.
But dude, the bark,
Wow.
oh, the whoop, when that thing goes off. You know, for like a mile around when that gun goes off, it is fucking loud.
Damn.
Oh my god, it's loud.
Double ear protection required.
Yeah, very much so.
Freaking.
But I tell you what, though, the crack of it, it doesn't, because when you're sitting there, like if you shoot an M4 or something, without hearing pro, you get that snap and you get that really sharp ring in your ears.
Yeah.
Nope. My ear, I shot this gun once after I put that compensator on there. My ears rang for about like maybe 2 minutes and then it was gone.
Okay.
So it was
Wow.
just a quick blast. It wasn't that sharp ping that you get from a freaking M4.
Well, I remember the last time I went out. It's been a long time. Damn. Last time I went out shooting, I shot because they didn't bring any hearing protection, so I shot most of the rifles without hearing protection.
Ooh.
And well, most of the guns. Like a 9mm.
Bad idea.
mag.
Bad idea.
And,
You're right.
yeah. And my ears were just screaming at me afterwards, and most of them were high pitched.
I wonder why.
Like noise in the
Yeah.
lower thump. So,
Yeah, dude, it made a hell of a difference. So, made a hell of a difference in the sound of that thing.
nice.
So, and the recoil, even with a freaking thick ass recoil pad on the back of that, because I fire I got a Curran Win Mag Thompson Center Compass Edition.
Okay.
So it's got the full black synthetic stock on it and everything. And it's got like the half-inch freaking recoil pad on the back of it. But dude, that thing still bucked like a mule. I put that compensator on that, dude. It killed about 80% of it.
Nice.
So just from 1 2-inch freaking part to add on to the end of the barrel,
Because it redirects the gases.
so yeah, it redirects the gases and everything else. It made a hell of a difference.
I always thought it was so awesome how that worked. You could like, tune it in for how your gun recoils and all that
Yeah.
stuff with your different compensators.
So yep.
I just got me a new compensator for my AR.
What's that?
I just got me a new compensator as well for my AR. I'm ready to. Fuck, I don't even remember. I just fucking found one that was beefier than the bullshit they put on it.
Hey, whatever
Dude, they
works,
put
man.
this they put this itty bitty ass little like almost piece of plastic on the damn thing
What?
that directs all the gas almost straight up. Like there's no vents on the bottom, so all the gas, it's just pushing my rifle straight down every time I would fire it. Like I'm not a fan of that at all, so I got a different one that actually equalizes out.
Dude, that
So
thing
I'm
looks
looking
almost
forward to
like a
going.
Standard birdcage, dude.
So
It's almost like a standard issue birdcage.
I'm ready to go test out the new scope I got as well. So I'm itching. I've got an itchy trigger finger right now.
Dude, Cerny, Mickey just got him a new compensator. He just lifted his truck.
That's hilarious.
Oh, God.
Awesome.
But did y'all see what I was talking about earlier? That chick that stood up at AOC's conference and was talking about
Oh my
eating the
God.
babies. Eat the
We need to
babies.
Eat the babies. What? I tell you what. You want to know a quick way to go about that without having to do that? Swallow more often. Then you it's not as messy.
It's just eating the babies at a different stage in life.
Just throw it out there. Yeah,
Holy crap.
threw me for a loop. Okay, how
Ugh.
batshit crazy do you have to be when AOC even gets that look? When you ask that question, she's just like,
Dude,
it's like
I don't know what.
discomfort, like, oh shit.
Yeah, the whole room got uncomfortably quiet when she started talking. Like, I want to know what fruit punch she dipped into. Cause I mean, that's just insane.
Oh yeah, it was horrible, dude. I watched like maybe 30 seconds of that whole little Q&A.
But she
I
was
like,
so gung ho about it, dude. She
oh,
was like,
yeah,
from a
she was
sweet,
losing her
sweetest
mind.
professor says you can eat dead bodies. Like, no, we can't. It's been proven in the past. If you eat human flesh, you'll go insane.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So, I mean, he's dead. He's not producing much more CO2 than when he was alive. We can move on. He's decomposing and feeding the plants again. that
it's
you're
kind
so
of-
concerned about.
I think it's
Right?
actually like a brain, like a brain, not fungus, but
Like a virus?
not a
Not a
virus,
virus, but
like
like
a
some sort of-
parasite that you get.
Oh yeah.
So it's a brain parasite that starts deteriorating your brain. Is what you get from eating human flesh.
Now we know what happened to all those cannibalistic tribes down in South America.
Yep.
And poor little pygmies down in Papua New Guinea.
Actually, my
What are we talking about again? Oh yeah, crazy chick talking out of speech.
Wouldn't eating bacon
God.
actually add to climate change when you cook it?
I mean, it depends on how you cook it.
Grill marks, bud. It's all about grill marks.
Like
Sorry.
during fire season in California, they actually tell you not to grill. You can't barbecue sometimes because of the smoke.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It sucks.
That's why a lot of
Well,
places
I'm
when there's
too-
a burn man, you can't even use a propane grill.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But no, I mean Dean, that's a valid question. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Ask the guys that would make all the dead baby jokes. It's like, how do you what's easier to unload, a truck full of bowling balls or a truck full of dead babies? You can't use pitchforks on bowling balls.
Oh my god. Oh god, I can see the views dying now. Like all the women that watch our show are just gonna be like, I'm too offended. This is just hostile now. I can't do this anymore. All the guys in here are fucking rolling. Like every single one of the male veterans in here is probably busting his spleen at this point in time.
Right? Just throwing it out there. So what else you guys got on freaking tab?
Well, a Mets fan got knocked the hell out with a t-shirt cannon.
What?
And yeah, dude, he got hit from 20 feet by the t-shirt cannon. It tore his retina to an extent. It gave him a concussion, gave him a black eye, and knocked him out. He got hit that hard. Where was it? West Point actually did a test showing that they can hurt. But I mean, that's not on the guy he's suing and he's trying to get t-shirt cannons banned. So now he's going to know how gun bans
fuck, here
go.
we go.
Really?
Yep, now he's going to know how gun ban goes. But the guy was fiddling with the t-shirt cannon. Apparently there was malfunction. When he lowered the barrel, it hit him right in the face and knocked him out cold. Like, dude, yeah, that's not on like the person suing or the t-shirt cannon. T-shirt cannons are meant to get the shirts way into the back.
Yeah,
They're not
supposed
meant to
cover the
hit.
freaking nosebleeds, man.
Yeah, they're not meant for 20 feet. So obviously they're not training the guys effectively how to use these t-shirt cannons.
Oh,
They
wait,
need
now
to
they're gonna
fi-
start doing background checks for freaking t-shirt cannons.
I
No,
mean,
that's
and
a
that's not.
glorified fucking spud gun.
Yeah. There was a woman that also sued in April. She sued the Astros for a wrist injury. So, yeah, I don't know, man. T-shirt cannons are dangerous. They're the next firearm ban.
Right? So I'm saying, next thing you know, they're gonna be doing universal background checks on the damn t-shirt cannons.
Yeah. So,
Fucking Mickey Severson. Hashtag eat shirt, motherfucker.
I mean, the guy was a diehard Mets fan. He approached the rail trying to get a new shirt for his collection. And I mean, if you're 20 feet away, you're not waving at the t-shirt cannon guy. You're waving at the dude that's just chucking them by hand, like, please see me, give me a shirt. He got a shirt straight to the face.
He got it embedded in his face.
Here you go.
Talk about a brutal money shot.
Combat chip.
Right? Right? Oh, yeah, he's talking about Jay Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
The newest host
Yep.
here on VRS.
Yep. She pops in on our show occasionally. Well, once. So
Yeah, she was out of town. Motherfucker.
Combat Chipmunk is about to establish dominance.
I mean, it's not hard to establish dominance over Athen. I mean, that's like establishing dominance over a toddler.
It's always pick on Athens.
Yep.
Oh, dude, you have fully deserved the right to get picked on today.
Today, yes.
I crashed. I have an excuse. You dipping out and going away and not answering your phone while I'm trying to desperately get back into the show to
Dude,
continue on.
I even sat there and told him, like, hey, bro, freaking check the front door. I knocked on the door like 3 or 4 times. He didn't answer the fucking door.
I looked out the
And
window.
finally, I
He looked
messaged
at
him.
his
I'm like,
kids.
Hey, dude, are you gonna, like,
He
answer
looked
the
at
door?
his.
He's like,
He
"What?"
looked
I
at
was
his.
like, I'm literally standing at your front door. He's like, oh, I thought it was the cops. What?
Look at him. I looked out the window and I saw you standing there. That's exactly how the sheriff's here dressed. And I saw the gun. I was like, oh shit.
Because it's my side piece when I'm out in the woods.
I know. But I was just like, I thought the sheriffs were here. I was like, I don't want
Athens having panic attacks on the show. Maybe I'm not the only one that needs a little weed and alcohol today.
ATF,
Jesus.
man, I'm here for the party.
Right? I was too sober for this shit.
Well, you showed up for the right party, apparently.
Yeah, right, right. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Just missing the females and yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dean said,
Mickey's calling it, man. He's saying Athens' balls are being turned into a speed bag.
Dean Cerny, he needs his snack.
Dean's never gonna let you live that one down, thankfully. I need somebody to just bash on you the whole time with that.
It is absolutely bedlam in the comment section.
Yeah, well, we know who our loyal followers are.
Right? Jay Lopez. Oh my god, really, Athens?
I went and hid.
He did!
Jade, you missed like all the actual chaos that ensued. Like, this is calm compared to what we started with. Pitchforks and babies and ass crack and beer needing. Athen going AWOL in the beginning of a show.
Right? Freaking other host popping in for a visit. Go, hey, by the way, I'm in town.
Hey!
Did you move? No, why? Well, I moved where I was sitting. No, I meant, did you, like, physically move your home? Well, no. Then answer your goddamn front door. Oh, I thought it was the cops. That wasn't the cops. Shaving a hair. Answer me this. When was the last time that you heard a cop knock on the door with a shave and a haircut from Roger Rabbit? Explain that one to me.
Dean called it, though. Athen hosts a party, smokes before everyone shows up. First person to knock on the door, and Athen bolts out the back door and hides under the she shed.
I'm just saying. It's just like, Jesus, man. I love you, brother, but seriously.
Paranoid. I didn't even smoke.
I guess so, man. Fuck. Hey, marijuana
Apparently,
is
we need to
really
bring J-Dub into the shows more
I'm not
often.
even smoking weed.
So then why are you running from the
I
cops?
have no idea. I don't.
Isn't that your first
I got
instinct?
nothing. I'm just like. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think we lived up to the 1,700 names today.
Right? That is for sure. And I think we got, let's see, what time is it now? Going on 3
An
o'clock Pacific. Hey, we got 2 more hours before 1700 rolls back around again. Then we can start all over.
Right?
Yeah. Tune in 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. It gets worse.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna get lit up. I can already see it.
Here in 3 hours, I plan on being back in a fucking beer stand. So,
Oh, you guys ain't Aaron tonight?
no. Well, I'm here.
Oh yeah. True. True. Yeah, it's a 4-hour drive. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So,
Common
we
sense
got,
isn't so common.
What's that?
Common sense isn't so common.
It's true. No, I'm here. John's over here. Well, John's always over here. But the studio's all tore down right now, getting work done, and everything else. And High Tech is doing some overhaul maintenance on his pick-em-up truck tonight. and Sexy Girlfriend's off doing what she does, playing with all the different critters and stuff, taking care of everyone else's animals, like she does when everyone leaves town. So, yeah. So, but that's okay. So I will be home Tuesday evening. So Fence Line will be on again.
Nice.
So I at least was able. It was crazy because this week I managed to get home like 2.5, almost 3 hours before showtime for that show. So that one.
Athen barely had 30 minutes to show up to our show.
Hey, that's not laced with THC oil, is it?
I wish. After today, good God.
No, because then we would have to make a 911 call for where you're at because you dropped over. Because I swear to God, dude, it's like all these freaking vaping deaths and everything else that they keep talking about here on the news and shit, with people freaking having all these injuries and everything. I swear.
That's
to God,
because they're lacing it with vitamin E acetate, which is used for like lotions and creams and
Yeah.
preservatives. And now they've found out that they're also lacing it with a cyanide chemical.
Oh fuck. Well,
Yeah,
let's
so that
think about this one
TH
for a second. Lace it with cyanide and lotion.
Yeah.
Boy,
Oh, your lungs are gonna love you.
Oh yeah. Fucking brainiacs.
I've noticed that the sales of Jewel Pods has gone way down since they put all that stuff out, though.
Oh, dude, they closed the shop near me down. They weren't
Yeah.
getting any more business.
Jewel's pretty much gone out of fucking business now.
Mm-hmm.
So even freaking the traditional fucking big tobacco companies like Philip Morris and Camel and all those guys that were working out deals with Jewel and shit for their products, they all just kind of no. When you make us look good, yeah, no, we're done.
No.
Dean Cerny says you're not supposed to inhale Bengay.
Hey, I tell you what, you go to an Eagles concert, that you might find out differently. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
Freaking Bengay and people going, here, man, it's Metamucil, take a hit, pass it down. Just gotta throw that little pivot out there. Fucking, yeah. I thought about going to the Eagles concert once, and then I realized the people that were going to go.
Mhm.
No, I was like, bro, I don't want to go to Woodstock 2.0. I love music from the Eagles, but the people that go to those concerts, I was like, yeah, no.
What, you don't want to see granny titties flopping
Fuck
about?
No, I don't want to see that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a lovely pair. Who doesn't love and want to see a lovely pair? However, if you got some old biker chick that's like freaking old leather skin and everything else, and she climbs up on her boyfriend's shoulders, woo!
And her skin looks just the same as that leather.
Because they're so goddamn saggy and shit. So they're rolling them up like a fucking, like a zigzag, you know, just roll them up, give them a lick, stuff them back down in the bras and shit. It's like, fuck no, man. He says, no, that's Miralax. Been there, done that. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Yes.
No, the lax in the Miralax does not stand for a laxative, Athen.
It doesn't. Then what's it stand for? Cameron?
James Jordan, is that Larry the Cable Guy? No. Really? Not quite. Hey,
Close
I
enough.
Have sleeves. I am not Larry the Cable Guy, okay?
That's J-Dub from...
It's his
Rhode
brother.
He would.
It's Jeffrey the plumber guy.
That shit,
Fucking
dude.
Joe the plumber.
Dean Cerny says, shit, dude, if there's a pair of titties, I'm gonna look at them.
Yeah, you might get blinded by some of them, or punched in the face and wind up like our t-shirt cannon guy.
Have
Have your retina hanging on by a thread.
Oh my god.
Bop! Ah, crap!
Right? Who was that said that? Was that freaking Ron White? You want to see me naked? Yeah, I do. Alright, you can roll them up now. Some old biker chick. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Ru-
Ron White.
Ron White, yeah.
Yeah, that was in
Things
the
that make you go.
Yep, that was in the same show as the Tater Salad.
Yeah, it's a blue collar comedy tour.
Yep.
No, that's my son. I call him Tater Tot.
Right? They threw me into public. I'm not saying like, all right, guys, I gotta go. You know, it wasn't freaking. I got told no. They threw me out of the bar like I was a frisbee, and we broke a chair over my thigh.
Kills that guy. He's hilarious.
I think most of us here enjoy their comedy.
Ronnie Carrington. Oh, dude, that's another fucking classic gentleman right there. Yep.
I think my favorite one, I can't remember his name. You Might Be a Redneck.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
Yep. Between him, Bill Engvall with "Here's Your Sign," and
If a raccoon bit off your nipple, you might be a redneck.
bitten off by a beaver.
That's what it was.
I'm like, okay, you have my attention. He just go through his skit and he fucking told the story. Like, no, he bit it off. OFF bit it off. It's like, Jesus, man. That's almost as bad as the guy up in Kennewick last year that wound up, the tweaker that got picked up for trying to bang a freaking dead beaver in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm. There was, yeah,
Oh
and
my-
I saw a story of it was a service member who, like, I don't know if it was true story or not. I think it was, but it was like he tried to get a raccoon to blow into an interlock on his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he, like, he caught a raccoon and like was
He
squeezed.
He squeezed the
raccoon. Trying to get that fucker in.
He tried to squeeze the raccoon like a bellows to get it to blow into the breathalyzer. Oh shit! I don't care if this isn't our like most viewed show. This has definitely been our most entertaining show.
Incident report that was rolling around Facebook like
I
a year
would have
ago.
to agree with that one there, Cameron.
We always cover news and serious topics, and then we go to shit, and I'm trying to get everything back together, and then we just stayed in shit, and it was just festering.
Gone.
Like, there was a train track here at some point in time, but some redneck got a hold of some tannerite and said, "Hold my beer."
Guilty.
If you walk your kids to school because you're in the same grade.
Oh my god.
You might be a redneck.
You've ever had a ping for distance contest and your Aunt Rose won in the second round.
You might be.
If you go to family reunions looking for a girlfriend,
Right?
you might be a redneck.
Oh shit.
If that project truck you were supposed to be work on is up in a tree, you might be a redneck.
So, speaking of vehicles and trees, no shit, true story. Last
Oh
weekend-
God.
Oh, the sad thing is, Athen could probably vouch for it with some of the characters that are around these parts out here.
Yes.
Who said hold my beer first? Was it you or them?
That's the real question because I don't know, but somehow, some way, we're up there in the Crooked River grasslands up there by Grey Butte, right?
Mhm.
Well, we found another hilltop that we now call Spooky Butte because we followed this trail in from where we parked about halfway up this butte, and you walk in, and then somebody had a king-size box spring and then a mattress on top of it, right next to the juniper tree, a perfectly made fire pit, a stack of fresh cut dry firewood. Mind you, it's been snowing off and on last week, if you recall. And then on top of a round that was not cut, they actually had like a neck vertebrae from like an elk or some shit that was perfectly placed in the center of this round, and there was nobody else around. We go walking down this trail more. Joe asked me why. Oh yeah, that's right. Dapper Sapper said it'd be a great adventure. We get down there, and then we get in about, I don't know, about 400 or 500 yards, and then there's another freaking. You look up the hillside, and there's a damn tree that's got like markers and shit on it and everything else. Like someone took like VS17 panels and marked it around this tree, and you turn and look down the hillside, and straight perfect line of sight. there's a fucking camp set up like a mile and a half away, straight down the bottom of the hill. We all just tell each other like, we gone. We ditched out of this motherfucker.
Damn.
Oh, it was
Freaking the hills have eyes shit.
Oh, dude, that's exactly what it was. Oh yeah, and so while we're on the way in, we saw two cars. So there's no way to get him up there,
Mhm.
but somehow it was like one of them was, I want to say it was like a early '80s fucking like a Chrysler LeBaron like Laser or some shit, like one of the old freaking car hatchbacks, and then get farther down about another 100 yards, and then there was the back half of like an old Model T freaking Roadster or some shit that somebody had actually cut the back half off of, and shit you not, it was sitting up in a fucking juniper tree. It's just like, what? How in the ass did this actually happen?
a lot of redneck.
If you find two vehicles in the middle of nowhere with no way to get them in there, you might be in the hills have eyes.
Dude, you know what's bad is I actually made that comment too. I was like, bro, this is like a hills have eyes scene.
Yep.
I was like, this is creepy ass shit. I mean, I'm sorry, but if the neck vertebrae of a fucking elk is sitting on a round, perfectly placed, sitting straight up, dead center.
Damn.
And then you go walking in and you see freaking like vehicles like stacked in trees and shit. You're like, okay,
Nope,
why
time
are
to
we
get
still
outta
hunting
here.
this? It's time to go. Well, there's deer in here. I don't give a fuck because
There can be deer in there all they want to be. They're safe from me.
the whore in the Chrysler LeBaron.
Tell me you've heard that song.
Which one?
The Horror of the Chrysler LeBaron.
Honestly, I have not.
It's-
That is-
It's a knockoff parody song of oh Jesus, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
oh, gotcha.
And it talks about like getting an STD, the smell won't be the same again. Oh dude, it's a hilarious song, but that man will never be a man again.
Bob Jordan, I'll see you here later on, brother. Have a good night at work. Jay Lopez, hear banjos and it's time to run.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I hear banjo music, paddle faster.
Right? I think that was mentioned a couple times when we were up there. Freaking our buddy Stefan was with us. He's Prime Marine, and he's just like he's looking at us and he's just like, bro, where are we going? He's like, you Army boys got a different taste of adventure than what I do. Fuck this. You need to go.
On your way out.
It's bad when the Marine guy is smarter than the Army guys.
Hey, I
Like
was
he's
all
been
aboard
eating
with it.
crayons for years, but even he's like, there's not enough crayons in this box to keep me here.
I mean, dude, it's bad because he and I were kind of the same way. With like, dude, this is something not right about this place. And then this was the same evening where I was telling you about earlier in the show where John got a shot at his deer.
Mhm.
So last Sunday night,
And missed.
and it's crazy because he missed that deer. He said he didn't mess his winded turret at all, but he missed the deer, and then we caught sight of it. Freaking Steph and I were just up the hill, and we heard John shoot because he was only down in the brush about 50, 75 yards from us, and then you can see him come out of this freaking little ravine, go over a freaking little knoll, into some sage and juniper flats, and you think in those flats you can actually see him going through. And the three of us went down. Conistra, I mean, he was leaving big tracks. I mean, probably about half the size of a freaking dollar. And they were deep. They were good, like half, 3/4 inches in the ground. So it was a 2-year-old could freaking track this deer.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Oh wow.
Just his tracks just vanished.
Damn.
And we're like, Jesus Christ, are we chasing Rudolph now? I mean, did he just like pick up and fucking fly off? It's like, nope, alright. Okay, that's it. We're done. We're out. It is time to go.
Damn.
Yes.
When
and
deer
yes,
can
it was
disappear.
Red Road. We have a joke about hearing banjos and don't take Green Mountain Road. Fair enough.
Freaking yeah, out here there's a lot of like really
There's some creepy
Shit, yeah.
shenanigans that fucking take place out here,
Mhm.
dude.
There's some real creepy shit out here. Like just working with some of the.
I swear to God, I'm gonna pistol whip the next bastard that says shenanigans. Hey,
Adam,
Farva,
what's
what's
the name of the place you like
what's-
to go to all the time with all the goofy shit on the walls?
Shenanigans?
you mean shenanigans? Oh.
Love that movie.
For those of you with no taste, you need to go and watch that movie tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you seen the second one yet, though?
Yes, I have. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I would agree on that.
They did bring back the guy they did the meow joke to.
Oh yeah, that I thought was fucking. He's like, hey, I remember.
Don't
you
I
guys.
know? Yeah. I
Never
recognize
seen
you.
before in our
I
lives.
knew the whole time. Drove off in his car.
I do like the intro that they did
Mhm.
with Sean William
Yeah.
Scott. Freaking him and the old boy freaking dressed up as the freaking Vermont troopers, and they're in the motorhome.
Mhm.
Freaking rabbits hanging out the window. Freaking- oh man, but yes, if you haven't watched Super Troopers, gotta watch it.
Yes. Great movie. That one and
Very good
Beer
movie.
Fest is another really good movie.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I keep hoping they're actually gonna follow up with that promise and make Weed Fest,
Yep.
because
when I
that
first
would
watched
be
it,
hilarious.
That would be good. That would be good if they did.
Beer Fest was absolutely hilarious. But I mean, Willie Nelson, I bet you they'd bring in Cheech and Chong and probably
Oh,
Snoop
dude,
Dogg.
No, they'd have to.
They'd
can't
have to.
a funny
You'd
ass
have
movie
Snoop
and
Dogg.
not have Cheech and Chong.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd have Snoop Dogg, Cheech and Chong, Willie Nelson, and that would be like the majority of the movie right there.
Speaking
Like,
of Cheech
you-
and Chong, I swear to God, here earlier, it was like a total scene from one of the, God, I can't remember which one. I think it was Nice Dreams or some shit like that. But Athen was like total fucking Tommy Chong in that, in the beginning scene. Hey, man. Hey, let me in. What? Doc Dog, hey, man, it's me. It's Dave. Let me in, man. Dave's not here, man. Hey, no, man, it's me. I'm Dave. Dave's not here. You want to talk
So-
to Dave? Go back later. And he looks on the table and he sees a piece of paper. It says Dave equals police. So Dave's not here, man.
So get this, ladies and gentlemen. I just got notifications from Facebook about the stories I tried to share about Ocasio-Cortez and her baby eating, and then the real estate agent that pulled her firearm to defend herself. Facebook says it goes against community standards.
What?
Really?
Yep. Facebook has told me that I can't talk shit about AOC and I can't talk about a woman defending her rights with a firearm.
That's just stupid. Was that for the show? Or the
Yes,
page?
that's right now. No, that is right now. Like what I tried to post earlier, they're saying it is against community standards for me to post those.
That's stupid.
Hey.
Like Facebook is cracking down on
You know what, Athen?
us hard, because remember when y'all were doing there's been a couple of people in the shows that have been talking about, they're limiting information, they're limiting our posts now. Well,
Yeah, they're
apparently
shadow banned.
they're doing that to everything we do.
Yeah.
You want to read the article? Tough shit.
Yeah, too bad. It's like, what the? You know what? We need to go for a drive.
What's that?
We need to go for a drive up here off the bluff. Why? Because just outside of town here up on the bluff is Facebook's new data center.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We can fix this problem, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
There was a problem. There's not one anymore.
Exactly.
Hang on. It's 1700 somewhere, and Backwoods Veterans got this covered. We're going to take care of his business right now.
We can go get clandestine on it.
And those 2 pages are gone.
Scratch.
Yeah. What happened to our page? What happened to our show? Well, Facebook didn't like what we did, ladies and gentlemen. So we had to start a new page and hide it.
Oh, you like to talk shit online? Guess what? How do you feel about talking that shit in real life, buddy?
Yeah.
Say it to my face right here.
Backwoods veteran and 1700 somewhere came together. We're doing all the shows together now, so Facebook can't censor us anymore.
Jade says I'll miss
Censor
that.
them. Y'all remember the old DX pose in WWE? Censor this.
Oh my god. With the Road Dogg, Badass Billy Gunn, fucking Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
Back when wrestling was good.
during the Attitude Era. Yeah.
Oh, what was his name? Ric Flair.
Woo! It was bad as I had a drill sergeant while I was at AIT, like in my MOS school. That was his thing. He was a freaking short little Puerto Rican dude. Started first class Moya. And his two favorite things were fucking wrestling and boxing. He wanted to, if we were gonna call him a nickname, he preferred for us to call him Oscar De La Moya.
Oscar De La Moya.
De La Hoya was a shit back then, back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And then, and then his big thing for like a war cry or whatever was the Ric Flair. Woo! You see him, he'd be like, Private, give me Ric Flair! Woo! Like, oh my god, dude.
Did he give the slap across the chest to make it legitimate?
Oh, yes.
That backhand right across your chest. Woo!
Dean Cerny said, we need a mole in the Facebook building. Think clandestine operations. I did actually apply there.
Oh.
They didn't give me
So we're going squirrely ops now, are we?
Fuck my life, I totally forgot how shook up the beer got coming down my... I can see Jade now. Oh man, with all this shit he's got.
She's got a squirter. She's got a squirter.
Yeah, like
I mean, they're fucking with a bunch of veterans. They've got to expect like some squirrely ops coming their way.
Especially in an area like this, because I mean, honestly, dude, freaking this area, this part of the state, it kind of blows my mind why Facebook and Apple and those guys decided to try and make this part of the region the new Silicon Valley, because of how conservative this area is out here.
Yep.
Because this is actually, I mean, Oregon politically, at least from the west side of the Cascades, very, very progressive. Very, very. I mean, we all know how Portland is.
Yeah.
You know, especially with all the shenanigans and shit that take place in Salem and whatnot as well. But then you go east of the Cascades, and it's like the total opposite. Completely opposite. So it's just like, why didn't you guys just go over to the valley? Like, go to like Eugene or some shit.
Exactly.
Where you'd be
Eugene,
safe.
It's like actually pretty conservative. And it's like, even working at 7-Eleven, how often I see people coming in there open carrying?
Oh, yeah.
There was one day I saw a dude that was, I don't know if he was trying to open carry or concealed carry, but either way he was failing. But it's like, I see guns on people all day long. I'm just like,
well, it's an open carry state, and you know, there's only a few cities in a state where you can't open carry, like Portland, Oregon City, Beaverton, you know, but they're mostly, as a matter of fact, I think all of them that you can't open carry are all on the west side. You come over on the east side of the central and east side of the state, whatever, no one gives a shit, but it's a lifestyle out here.
yeah.
You know, it's primarily like ranchers and shit, you know, ranchers and agriculture and shit like that. You know, so firearms out here compared to the other side, it's not that big a deal. People are like, all right, whatever. You know, it's used what it's meant for. They're tools. They're not freaking
Assault weapons.
I don't want to know.
Oh, Jade with her money shot comment.
Got a few money shot stories, but they involve my luck with my team. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're starting to get outside there, Jade. I don't want to know.
With my
You're
team
taking
leaders
money
pop.
shots from your team leader. I don't want to know what your other half.
Team leaders pop.
Yeah. And then she met and Cameron, squirt, squirt.
If you squirt and your pussy stink, hits your skunk. Oh my god.
Nice call, Dean. Nice call.
This show has gone to hell. This is what happens when you put all the shows together, ladies and gentlemen. If we get together, shit gets retarded.
That's what makes it fun.
Well,
Robert
also,
Downey Jr.
Jade
said,
does not
don't go
use
full
that
retarded. I think
advisory.
we bypassed that round a few laps ago.
Right? No, see the parental advisory thing. No, that's like taking the leash off the fucking hound, dude. On our show,
That's not a warning. That's not a suggestion. That's what's gonna happen.
right? I mean, because on our show, we try to keep it a little bit cleaner, a little bit more professional. Especially
So do we!
He likes to run a tight ship on there.
Yeah.
Then you showed up.
Yeah, but you get on a show like this, it's like, oh, fuck it. We're unchained, baby. It's going for broke. Fuck it.
Again, we're normally trying to be professional and everything, and you show up, and that just went out the window.
What can
I
say
think
about
that bag of trash hit the lady behind us in the smart car.
See, this is what happens when Bulldog and Minnie are a bad freaking influence on you. I'm just saying. What does it say? Harambe is always braced for impact.
Mickey, you
Mickey
better
was
brace
fucking
for
Harambe
impact.
has been,
That's where he
dude.
went wrong. He didn't brace for impact.
This
Like,
is
I
what
bet
happens-
everybody that joined up today was like, okay, we're going to talk about the shows and the news, and it's going to be, same old good, wholehearted discussions. Nope.
Not
We
today,
have lived up. That name is there for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Shit happens.
Good thing, because we didn't have a lot of stories this week.
No, we really didn't.
So, dude, why do you have somebody on your freaking chat? But 3R Ninja. What?
Oh,
What 3 Ninja?
it's supposed to be
Butters.
Dude, why would you want to be called Butter Ninja? Are you a good cook? Are you a good house bitch? I mean, that's the only thing I can think.
I think he goes by Butter Ninja because he thinks he's slick. I'm not really sure. I think it's like a trolling thing or something like that.
I feel like freaking old boy off a freaking Hangover. Ha!
Oh, God, those movies were fucking terrible as well.
Right?
Chazzy Porter.
I just watched the third one again. And I was like, it happened again. I feel like every time we get you on the show from now on, I'm going to have to start off with, ladies and gentlemen, it happened again. J-Dub's back. Hold on to your pants.
Right. Well, see, that's the perk of having, because we got Athens was 1,700 over here, and it's literally from door to door. It's literally like a 3.5-hour drive
Mhm.
from where I live to where he lives. And the fact that we're over here deer hunting, literally just up the street, like literally like a half hour up the road from this place, it's like, you know what? Yeah, everyone else is splitting town to go home and shit for going back to work and stuff, and I'm here for, like 2 more days before going home. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pop in and give them shit. Like, fuck it, the time is right.
Yeah, I freak out and panic.
So I know who we have to have host the burn now, or his roast now.
Right?
And Mickey, I warned y'all, I'm in my underwear. I do the show in my underwear. You want me in a suit, I'll wear a suit. But y'all better start donating or something. I gave you a fair warning to close your eyes. We're taking this show and we were R-rated, now we're X-rated. Deal with it.
Just saying, especially when we're talking about Jade with her squirting problem. Squirting / money shot issue.
Don't forget the skunky squirty problem.
What's that?
Don't forget it's a skunky squirty problem.
Right? Tijuana isn't too far. Oh my god.
Oh, I miss my donkey. Oh, the donkey show. I never actually watched the donkey show in Tijuana.
I don't want to. I know what they are, and
No desire. Yeah,
no
none
desire to
whatsoever.
see it.
I'd heard
Athens
people
over here like, yeah, I want to go to Tijuana.
I don't think so, Scooter.
when I left San Diego, it was actually against the rules for anyone under anyone 06 and below to go to Tijuana without a request check.
Sorry, high tech just messaged me.
Man, you're on a short leash over there. Well,
I'm on
harass.
leash right now.
I was talking about Athens. We can harass high tech later.
Oh,
What short leash you talking about there, Cam?
What you talking with this?
You were talking about you had to be an E6 or above. If not, you had to have a request shit.
06.
06. Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's
when
even
When
worse.
I was leaving San Diego, when I was getting out of the Navy, which was like 09, in San Diego, you had to be 06 or 06 or below had to have a request shit to go to Tijuana.
God damn.
Because of the Mexican mafia out
The
there
fucking
beheading
cartels
people.
and shit down
Yeah.
there.
Tell High Tech we need him to come and train Athen, by the way.
Hey.
We've tried.
Well,
Well, hello
tell
there,
him I'll
Superman.
pay him.
Hey, speaking of which, what is going on, brother?
It ain't my fault my computer likes to change things randomly.
No. It's not the
Hello
computer's
there,
fault that you
gentlemen,
like to wander
and
off
Athen.
randomly. I'm saying,
I ran and hid.
yeah, you thought I was a fucking cops. I'm like, really, dude? Cops don't knock with shave and a haircut. I'm sorry, dude. We all remember Roger Rabbit, okay?
Oh, wasn't expecting to knock on the door, and I look out the window and I see the freaking.
He sees freaking camo pants and a freaking sidearm. He's like, fucking fuzz, I'm running! Why?
From those who don't know what he's talking about with the Roger Rabbit knock, it's
You know the whole shave.
no cop knocks like that. They're pounding on your door like they're coming to collect rent money.
Right? Thank you. Thank you.
Like, if I have a cop knocking my door like this, I'm gonna laugh and open the door half naked.
Right? Hey, at least
Like,
didn't
if I
see
hear
was
that-
a freaking Jehovah's Witness trying to freaking ring the doorbell.
Exactly. Like, I'm trying to scare somebody off now. I'm gonna be digging in my belly button. You come here for something important, boy?
Right? Freaking Kaiser. Freaking, how come you're sitting on a couch instead of shooting Bambi there, Papa Dubs?
Because it's casting couch. You missed that part of the show.
We're waiting for the auditions to show up. Just saying.
It says I still get told to knock like a cop's
Well, you know, you're a Blue Falcon, so I mean,
Yep.
the OG Blue Bravo Fox of the military. She was an MP, so.
Ah.
But no, to answer High Tech's question, everybody decided they were gonna bounce on me tonight. So, well, Dapper Sapper's he's gonna be meeting back up with me up at camp, and we're gonna head out for evening hunt here shortly. So, in the meantime, I figure I'd pop in and give these guys a little bit of hell while I was in town. So, just so happened they were on air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just so happened. I'm pretty sure he looked at his watch and was like, "They're live right now.
Right?
I'm gonna be live right now." Hey.
Well, you know what? See, here's the thing: we're not going to be on tonight, so somebody from Backwoods Veterans had to be live on Sunday, even if it was on this show.
They made it happen.
It happened.
We were still able to freaking check that block for today.
Was live. Check.
So is happening.
Screwed with Athen. Double check.
High Tech even made a comment about the casting couch. What the fuck? Does it really look like
So-
a casting couch?
Athen Casting or you? Did anyone bring knee pads? You know, like I said, we're waiting for the auditions to show up.
I think the audition showed up.
What's that?
I think the audition showed up.
The audition.
I have no comment. Leave that one alone.
I mean, Athen might touch something with a pole. You're just not gonna like that pole.
Negative.
Or the pole's gonna touch him, one or the other.
I mean, I'm looking over there. I see one alpha male and I see one.
This is just shit all over Athens today.
You know, it's funny. We had a guy while I was a corporal. Back in the days, there was a group of us that we were all E4 corporals at the same time, and his last name was Hutchinson.
Mhm.
So, but the funny thing about it is that he decided he was going to come up with his own religion and call it Hutchism. And he had his own. You know how the Catholics have their freaking cross that they do?
Mm-hmm.
His was, you take your pecker out, and you go, reticle spectacle testicle thump. Just mushroom.
Great.
That was how you got christened into that religion. I was like, nope, I'm not getting that one. So, Dapper Zapper, he'll be meeting up. Every day is a shit show. All over Athen Day. Damn,
I'm going to be guest co-hosting in a bunch of shows from now on just so I can dump all over Athen in the middle of it.
Right? That's how
So
it
whoever
goes.
needs a guest co-host, call me.
When someone's banging on the front door like the cops, I'm just gonna bust through the back door like the Kool-Aid man.
Instead of saying, oh yeah, he's like, oh fuck!
Oh no!
You're gonna be bust out like Gene Vandenham. Oh no, they got me. You know? Yeah, we've all seen Range 15. At least we should have.
I seen it.
That movie was fucking great.
It was. It was. Actually,
I see you looking in my eyes. That doesn't make you gay. It makes you compassionate.
Have you seen Range 15 yet, Cameron?
I don't think so.
That's
Oh, dude.
It's got Matt Best
Nick
and
Palmachino,
and
freaking Rocco Vargas, Tim Kennedy, Danny Trejo,
yep,
freaking Randy Couture makes an appearance in it. William Shatner's in it.
Mark.
Oh
Marcus
God,
Luttrell.
Shatner. I think that there is something wrong in this area over
Oh,
here.
Right? And
Fucking
it's in-
Shatner can't make one sentence without like 40 parentheses in it.
Right?
He's not even using commas anymore. He had to bypass that step to something else for a bigger gap. Jade's like, always welcome to hop on the bar, get your weekday shots in. Like, even Jade's like, yeah, come roast Athen in the middle of the week, man.
just
He can't even talk back at this point in time, so screw it.
Right?
I'll be at work.
Exactly. You'll watch the show and be like, these assholes.
Right? Well, see, here.
Then you'll hear a knock on the door and run out the back like the cops are coming.
Well, see, here's another funny thing about that too, is that oh goddamn, I just lost my train. See, you're a bad influence on me. I'm all right, you know. Usually I'm good, but the second I show up here, it's like, ooh, what the fuck, you know? What was it? Oh, freaking Josh was asking about if the Dapper Sapper was the one auditioning. Like, no. Oh, that's right. Talking about Jade with talk about the shots thing on the bar.
Mhm.
It's like I said on the roast. It's like, you know, there's a reason why Minnie's always filling his shot glasses off camera, and why you never see George on camera anymore on there. Put two and two together. I'll let you guys figure it out. Hitting shots of another.
That desk is high enough for somebody to fit under, isn't it?
But you know, Portos is a big dude, so I like to figure out how he fits under that table.
Right?
You know? It is a very good question.
Well, if you ever watch long enough, you might see the desk shake a little bit.
Why is your lap? Never mind. I don't want to know why the camera's shaking. Oh, fuck. I had to tell you, Papa Dubs, you have enough scroll moments of your own without Athen. Shut up. Shut up.
I mean, Athen makes it worse because he comes into the show and you'll watch him like sit there for 5 minutes trying to fuck with something, and then he'll come into the conversation and be like, "What are we talking about again?" The first topic of the show, Athen, which was,
A while ago.
you know what? We're on the third topic. Why don't you just jump in whenever you feel comfortable, there, sweetheart?
We'll just go from there.
I get tunnel
Yeah,
vision. I
good.
track mine sometimes. It'd be-
Continuing on. Oh, what are we continuing on from?
As Bulldog used to say, moving right along.
Yeah. Athen pops off with, what are we moving along from?
I wanted to talk about that.
Well, you should have been
Go on.
focusing.
Go on.
Focus. Then you get them caught up, and it's like, oh, well, the show's halfway over, so we better
Surprised that didn't breathe on Zoom.
we better catch up quick.
That's what the headphones are for.
And then
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, he's got the headphones on that are telling him to breathe.
Yeah.
He has his moments. I'm just saying. But he's learning.
So you two being together, it's just radiating off of each other.
Oh fuck.
I just had a conversation
You put a
about
squirrel
Athen
and a
his
squirrel
focus.
together, and they're gonna try and bury the same nuts.
Uh-oh.
You lose what you talking about. Just yell, Dave's not here, man. Like they don't know you're high.
Jade just had a conversation about Athen and his focus.
Whoa.
Yes,
Really?
we're talking about his focus. He couldn't focus on that conversation enough to remember it.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man.
You want to talk to Dave? Come back later. Dave's not here, man. You know what's funny? Freaking weird. Me and my buddy Steph were having a conversation about this here last week. We were up here because we started talking about that Cheech and Chong flick. We started talking about the whole Dave's not here skit.
Mhm.
Now, what would happen if someone took what was it, like Gattaca or something, the freaking computer? I'm sorry, Dave, I cannot do that. You know? And then you mash it up with freaking Cheech and
Dave's
Chong.
not here, man.
Hey man, it's me, it's Dave. Open the door. I'm sorry, Dave. I cannot do that. Dave's not here, man. You know,
I'll have to see if I can try that.
Jesus.
The two of them are going to go after each other. What the fuck are you talking about? I know they're talking about us.
They're talking about y'all, and I was talking about burying nuts.
Fucking hijack.
Oh God.
Speaking of which,
I think you're right, High Tech. One of them's gonna be trying to bury some nuts in the wrong hole.
not today, Satan. Not today.
Not, oh, negative.
Matter of fact, speaking of which, I gotta check on something right quick. So.
Oh God.
I gotta check on our matchup for today. Wasn't looking very promising. Ooh! It's a close one. And I still got one more guy to play, too.
Yeah. I did so horribly on fantasy football last year. I was like,
Yeah, you're like, I'm not playing this year.
yeah.
He got lucky because he didn't get his roast. So now every time he's live, there's a roast.
Yeah, right.
We just take chip shots every day.
Yeah.
It's like playing
Straight
mini golf on a freaking...
Straight across the bow.
Yeah, right? I went, not by much, dude. I just tech, 115 and 117, and I still have one more guy to play tonight. Yeah, I think we'll see what happens. So, what does that say, Dean Cerny? How about we sold Athens' couch at auction, and he doesn't even realize it. Dude's going to be sitting on the floor next Sunday. That's true. It did go for $61.
Right, yeah.
But that's all right, friggin' Cameron's AR over there went for 10,001
I know.
by Mickey Severson.
Now, I'm still waiting for the check to come in. So
Yeah, right. Still waiting for the PayPal notification.
yeah, he's not getting it until I get my money.
Right, I don't blame you. So, all right, guys. Well, I do believe it is time for me to skedaddle. You guys are just about ready to wrap up too, anyhow.
We got about 20
Yeah.
minutes.
About 20 minutes left.
So we can probably jump into a story or two, and then we'll wrap her up.
So, all right, brother. We'll
Nice
see you
seeing
later
you.
on.
Thank you for showing
Likewise,
up.
always a pleasure, dude.
It was great having y'all on.
Folks, take it easy, be safe out there, don't be stupid, and yeah, if you have to think about it, it's probably wrong. And if you're gonna do something stupid to get you put on Top's blotter for first thing tomorrow morning, make sure this shit's so epic it gets talked about for years to come. So, anyhow, with that being said, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. I will talk to y'all Tuesday on Fence Line. So now I just gotta get my ass off your couch.
Make sure you knock on your way out so he runs.
I don't want to break the freaking back door or anything with him trying to fucking run out like a Kool-Aid man.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here.
Yeah, Dave's not here, man. All right, guys, we'll see you later.
Later.
Take it easy, Jake. Oh, he's struggling. Look at that effort.
My living room.
for a minute.
Later.
Oh God.
Because Josh, so you didn't hear. So when J-Dub got here, he knocked on the door, and I peeked out the window, and I saw him. He's wearing his, he looks just like the sheriff's here in Pranville, right? Knocking on the door with the sidearm and everything. I freaked out, jumped up, and hid. And he's like, "Hey, did you move?"
Oh yeah, it was utter chaos for about 10 minutes. I crashed. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do, if he needs to start running or if he can open the door.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh, he went window licking, like special helmet, full kind of special there, Josh.
And Jade says, "Hey, this is a good idea to invite us all to the same place."
Oh yeah, it's a great idea. Like, we saw what happens when we bring one other guy onto the show. Again, this may not have been our most viewed show, but it was fucking hilarious.
It was a great one.
Oh God. Ass crack and Kool-Aid Mans and running out back doors. Dave.
The snuggle is real. So yeah.
Yeah, we all want to do shows and bring each other into our shows with each other, and we saw what happens today. Like, if this is not the perfect example of what's going to happen when you start bringing other show speakers and hosts in, I don't know what's going to be a better example. Like,
Well, the last time J-Dub showed up, they came in and tackled me.
that would have been fucking great.
That time they knocked like
Like,
cops.
that would have been hilarious.
It was like, and that time they pounded on the door, but they called us first. They were on the phone with us, and they're like, "Hey," and they're like, "Answer your door," and then just started pounding on the door. So I answered it, and then they all three just came rushing through the door and like tackled me onto the couch, and yeah, I got suffocated for a second because I was at the bottom of the
Struggle snuggles, man. They're called struggle snuggles.
Struggle snuggles. So, all right, I guess we
Oh,
could.
God, I gotta find that muzzle attachment I got, the packaging, to talk to J-Dub about it, because the one I showed is just garbage.
Let's see.
Oh, that was fucking great. Continuing along, even though I don't want to. I mean, it's kind of hard to continue on from that, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what do we do?
And now the show is gonna go downhill.
I want to talk about Fox and Friends host challenge, talking about candy corn.
Yes. So on that one,
Because they labeled CandyStore.com labeled candy corn the worst possible Halloween candy ever. I don't know about y'all. I love me some candy corn. I enjoy candy corn. But the hosts got together, talked about the list, and they called it a stupid list. And during the show, they were just shoveling mouthfuls of candy in the middle of their set. And like half of them were just shoving candy corn down their throats. And then they talked about circus peanuts. Like, circus peanuts aren't a candy. I like peanuts, but it's not a candy.
yeah, I'm not a fan of circus peanuts. Well, circus peanuts, they're talking about the marshmallow candy.
Well,
So, and
whatever.
I'm not a huge fan of candy corn. I'll eat it. I mean, it's candy and it's not a horrible candy, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite Halloween candy.
But they were just, it was, it's Halloween and they were wanting to talk about it. And I'm like, some of the candies they talked about that were bad. Like, they talked about the old little, like, wax cola bottles that had the juice in them. You bite the
love those
top
things.
off. Those things were like crack when I was a kid. Like,
Mhm.
you could not get enough of them because they tasted great, but there was so little fluid in the damn thing.
I would used to just I just pop the whole bottle in my mouth and chew it like gum.
Go. Well, that explains a little bit. They got one right. They said black licorice was bad, and black licorice is it's
I'm-
lying about being a candy.
I like black licorice.
That explains a little more.
The black jelly beans are my favorite ones.
Michael, we're
Michael.
gonna hide the candy corn from now on.
Fat candy corn.
Nothing is worse than the Big Lots caramels. I can't say I've ever had them. I know the caramel candy I'm thinking of, chocolate coated, and you have to chew it for like 40 minutes to get through one of them.
Oh yeah, that shit's fucking
Like
torturous.
and they always feel like they're getting ready to rip out your teeth.
Mm-hmm. If you have fillings, you better wait for them to be gone.
Like, oh yeah, you better schedule a dentist appointment because you need to get those filled again.
Acting like anus. No, I do not.
I like caramel, but like I don't want to feel like I'm about to get to the point where I need dentures
Yeah.
from eating said candy.
Like, need teeth removed? Eat this candy.
Yeah, you've got to lose. If you had a loose tooth that as a kid, though, that was like the perfect way to get it out. It
Yep.
might hurt, but that tooth is out.
It's less scary than having your parents tie a string to it.
I'd rather have the string because you're purposely doing this to yourself. Like, this is tasty. Okay, I'm getting closer to that tooth.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever? Did you ever see the episode of the Bam Margera crew where they
They tied it to a Lamborghini and bolted. Yes.
Yep, just gunned it and freaking yanked the dude's tooth out?
I think it came out clean though. I mean, he had to feel like almost it. They were doing what, $1.10 when it finally came out.
Yep. The boink.
Huh?
Fucking.
Like I thought this was gonna hurt. It didn't hurt.
And then they took that same Lamborghini and took a sawzall to it and cut the top off and made it a fucking
Oh god.
convertible. Like that's when you know you have too much money. You're just gonna freaking
Yeah, that's way too much money. He got big, dude. Like Bam Margera
Oh,
just
yeah.
went to hell.
After freaking what's his name? I can't remember his name, but his friend died in that car accident. Yeah, he went way downhill after that. What was the dude's name?
Yep. I fucking don't know.
I can't remember.
Fuck
his
are
name.
you? Oh god. But continuing on.
So Dean Cerny said
Um,
they're wrapped in wax paper.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had those. Some paranormal. They're claiming, and we're doing this for Halloween theme. We're gonna try and throw in a Halloween themed topic
Or 5.
until October's. Yeah, until October's over with, and we start talking about turkeys and Indians. But some paranormal experiences may be explained by sleep paralysis and exploding head syndrome.
Let's see.
Which, if you don't
go ahead.
know what sleep or exploding head syndrome is, if you ever like hear a loud thump in the middle of the night and you can't explain it, you go searching around trying to figure it out. It's possibly your body like going into that REM sleep, and it caught you. It's still trying to shut down all your body from moving.
Mhm.
They're saying that noise can be explained by that process. Your body's trying to go to sleep. It's trying to stop you from moving, and your head hallucinated that sound in that process. And I know I've woken up a couple times to that, fucking jolted up like, what was that? And go around and look, and there's nothing there. It's that you're just about to hit that like golden sleep point.
Mhm. And it's like sleep paralysis is linked to
Demons watching you in your sleep.
well, it's not. It is kind of that, but it's more. There's like for instance, I heard a story of a person recently. They had like just died within a few days, and like on the like period, like weeks prior to that, they'd been having episodes of sleep paralysis and hallucinations and stuff like that, and that's often, and he died of like a heart condition. So, and then with the paranormal part added to that is there's some paranormal like ghost type things, specters that they say that you'll see someone standing at the end of your bed like a dark shadowy figure and all that stuff, and you have sleep paralysis, and blah blah blah, and you can't move, you can't scream. I've had that a couple times, once or twice. I don't get sleep paralysis very often though.
I can't ever say I've seen they talk about like imps and ghouls and seeing shadowy figures,
Hmm.
and I've had that. Like you see some kind of shadows, and then I've never been like sleep paralyzed in seeing it. So,
Hmm.
and then you've got the people out there that are like, yeah, man, I've seen them, and you turn your lights on, it's a pile of laundry you've been meaning to fold, and you
Mhm.
haven't taken care of it yet.
Yeah, well, and that's different when if you wake up and you're like, oh, I see a shadowy figure. It's like the sleep paralysis is scary as fuck. Just like Dean Skirney said, it is scary as fuck because like you'll be sitting there and you wake up and you just cannot move. You can't talk. You can't freaking scream. You can't do anything. You're just completely frozen for like seconds or some people claim minutes. For me, when it's happened, it's been a few seconds. Like I'll sit there and like I'll open my eyes and just can't do anything.
But
Dean
they
Cerny.
also think that could be linked to a delay in your REM sleep shutting off.
Hmm.
So, there's always going to be controversy in these topics. Science says, well, paranormal experts say it's like going to the doctor and getting diagnosed by one doctor with cancer. The next one says it's a cyst, and the next one says it's just achy, sore muscles.
Hmm.
You're never going to have definitive information that everybody's going to agree with.
Dean Cerny said, "Nope, I had zombies come through the door and wander around the house, and I couldn't move." Yeah, that's some scary shit. It's like, no, don't eat my brains.
There's not a lot of brains in there for them to eat, Ethan.
Oh darn.
Oh, you thought because he was gone, the roast was going to stop.
Well, we are coming up short.
We are coming up short, so I have to throw in my little 1-1-2 combo here and there.
But either way, let's go ahead and get into the outro.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we appreciate all of you having come today. We had some great numbers today. I think we wound up hitting 12 views for a while. Still not enough for y'all to earn a shirt, so screw y'all. Again, always give us a reaction, give us a share. It's always fun. Today's show was great. I'm glad all of y'all could be a participant, except for Jade. All right, Ethan, you're
Say my thing. Yeah. So, I'm Athen. Go ahead, check me out on Facebook, Athen Daily. I haven't been very active on there lately. I need to start getting on that a little bit more. Also hit us up, Ill Trained Fighters at 1700 somewhere on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, I should be getting my first barrel and blade box here in the next few days, and I will be doing an unboxing video of that. And I know what's going to be in this box, and I'm going to be getting a Schrade push dagger that I would like to use as a giveaway for it. So you watch the video, it'll probably be a like and a comment and a share on it, and it will get you put in for the giveaway, and then we'll look towards trying to send that out to someone. With all that said, Cameron?
he's Ethan. I'm Cameron, and it's 1700 somewhere.
All right.